Hello YouTube, what's up? It's me, Camilla, and I'm making another video on the Aaron channel. I make YouTube videos about transsexual related topics / transgender related topics. Um, I have a more conservative view on transitioning, so some viewers like my content for that reason, and some people don't like me because of that. I just acknowledge that I don't believe anyone can actually change their sex. I was born biologically an intersex male, so I will die a male in that regard. But I do believe that I transitioned to be able to live as it basically eases my gender dysphoria. And being able to tolerate my gender dysphoria, which is a medical condition, a mental disorder, it used to be called gender identity disorder, and basically taking female hormones and wearing female clothes and legally changing my name to a female name and a female sex has allowed me to feel more comfortable with my condition. So that's the reason it's called transmedicalist, and I have a medical reasoning behind the reason that I had to transition. I wish I didn't have to do this, but this is the lesser of two evils. I'm going to talk about how to deal with gender dysphoria. Everyone has their own way, so I'm just going to share mine, and you may or may not learn from them. Everyone does different stuff, and what I do and how it helps me may not help you, and maybe you'll find some things that do help you. That's why I make these videos, is to try to help people that are trans or non-trans people to learn about transgender topics with no super woke ideology behind it. Not like you can't actually change your sex, Biologically, I'm a male. I am intersex, and that does makes me a little bit different than a regular guy, obviously, but it doesn't mean that I'm a female. So anyhow, this is what I'll say. There's a lot of ways that I deal with my gender dysphoria. Number one is hormone replacement therapy. Being on hormone replacement therapy, it's very, very, it's the foundation for everything, and for me at least. But before I started hormones, I had a hard time. I'm pausing because I'm trying to. It's a very sensitive topic, and it's hard to think back because I transitioned so long ago. But starting HRT was so affirming. Like the first few years of my transition, the newness of it just was amazing. It was, and as you get more and more used to it, you kind of forget you're trans because if you live as yourself, presenting feminine, if you're someone like me, for 10 years, it's a bigger portion of your life. I've spent big portion of my life as a female, or living as a female. I'm not a female. But the way that HRT changes me, it gives me secondary sex characteristics, so it allowed me to grow breasts. And there's a lot of people who do this, what's called AGP, and they are autogynephilia, and I am not an AGP trans. I started transition technically over 13 years ago medically. I started testosterone blockers when I was 21, and I was on puberty inhibitors from 11 to 15. So I did this for a medical reason, not because of AGP, but I did this because of gender dysphoria. But the secondary sex characteristics allow your body to change. I'll show, for instance, my thighs, I'm trying to keep this very PG. My thighs carry a lot of weight, so it's there's a lot of fat transferred to my thighs. My body hair grows slower. It allowed my breasts to develop, and I'm very self-conscious because I actually kind of grew really big boobs, and I'm self-conscious because it makes me feel heavy, like having a larger chest. I wish I could get a breast reduction, but it is what it is. But it changes your physique. I lost 2 inches in height, so I'm actually a little under 5'8". I'm 171 centimeters. I was just measured at the doctor, and that's like 5'7". 5 foot, like right between 5'7" and 5'8". It's like 5'7 3/4". I'm just under 5'8". I used to be almost 5'9" and like 5'9.5", almost 5'10". If I wore like Jordans, I was definitely like 10. It's crazy. But now looking back on it, HRT has helped me in so many ways. It allowed me to look more female. Without HRT, you can only look so feminine or so masculine, like if you're a trans man. Without hormones, we can't develop secondary sex characteristics. So, with that being said, that allows our bodies to develop. Another thing that I do for hormone replacement therapy that I find really helpful is um, putting on makeups, like doing my hair. I straighten my hair a lot, like once every day. And I always put on, like, I'm not wearing much makeup. I have like some lipstick and eyeliner and a little mascara. But I always just put on some eyeliner and I put lipstick on because I'm making a video. I wanted to put a little effort in my appearance. I'm not like wearing foundation. The next thing is getting your facial hair removed. So I don't grow facial hair. I had it all removed with laser hair removal. I did that every 6 weeks for a year and a half. And because I had like a lot of facial hair. So getting rid of that, like, it wasn't a lot of facial hair. Like, I kind of grew hair on my neck and it was like spotty. I didn't have like a full beard, but I did have a lot of facial hair. And it was hard to get rid of. And getting rid of that was very helpful. I think that and HRT and having long hair are like the building blocks that will help you pass in society a lot more. It takes a couple years on hormones for you to truly start seeing changes, and breast development can take up to 5 to 10 years for true maximum growth. I know I took the pill for about 8.5 years, 9 years, we'll just say. And 9 years in, I switched to the injection, and I've been on that for several years now, going 2 years now. And my breast developed a little bit more starting on injections, and my estrogen levels have been so much higher than I ever got on the pill. So I like the injections. But anyhow, that's another, is getting your facial hair removed. And then clothing is like something I like. I work in retail, and it's like I'm a sales associate and I deal with clothes like 5 days a week. And I love clothes, so I feel like this is a great way to express yourself. And if you find something that makes you feel cute or pretty, putting something on that just, even if it's in the house, you just throw on a cute shirt and a pair of shorts or a skirt and you feel pretty, like take some photos and like maybe like edit them a little bit, make yourself look super cute and like post them on Instagram or post them on socials, and like just share yourself and share your experience so that the other people can see your happiness, because a lot of trans people are sad, and it's important for us to work on our depression and doing things that make us feel happy. And you don't have to edit your photos if you don't want to. I always will just like I always like to touch a few things up on mine, but anyhow, I always just think that that's helpful. Another thing that you can do, and this is a big one for me, is talking to other trans people. Sharing that common bond is like, it's hard for me because I'm a very conservative person. So a lot of trans people like don't want anything to do with me. So it's harder for me to make friends with other trans women. I've made a new friend, and she is absolutely, she's sweet. And I met her through my partner actually, and she's really cool. I hung out with her a few times. I played guitar and we smoked some bud. She's really cool. But we got to talk, and we went on a FaceTime call last night, and we were talking about our transitions, and she is much earlier in. Anyhow, it is nice just to talk to someone. Super sweet girl. And I love talking I have several trans friends that I've kept up with over the years. If you can go to a local LGBT Community Center. This is a big recommendation. Try to reach out and see if they have transgender support groups. Sometimes they'll hold them 2 times, like every 2 weeks, like twice a month. If you're in a big city or close to one, even if it's like an hour away, it's totally worth the commute. You can see real trans people in real life, and like a lot of them. I used to go to a support group where it wasn't uncommon for there to be 30 people there. So, I mean, that's a lot of people, and we got to meet every Thursday. And I did that for many, many years. I love that group. And I used to be a lot more liberal in my ideology. And like, as I've gotten older, I've just slowly become a bit more conservative because things were a lot different back then. We called ourselves transsexuals. There wasn't they, them, like pronouns really that didn't exist. It was just he, him, and she, her. And pronouns weren't a big thing. And it wasn't like it is these days. It was so much more laid back. And that's why people don't accept it as much as they did 15, 20 years ago, is because how much the transgender agenda is pushed on people. And they push this narrative that you're going to be depressed and you're going to have dysphoria. And that, I mean, you may get some naturally, every trans person does, but it's not important not to fall victim. This is a thing I'm telling you to help yourself. Don't fall victim to trans ideology. It will help you with your dysphoria to not adhere to that woke transgender ideology. That's probably one of the best things you can do as well. Just, go shopping, get your nails done, pamper yourself, you don't need to go overboard with spending, but you buy yourself a new dress, order something on Amazon, the feeling when you get it, you pick it your package, you put it on, it's super cute, like, that makes me feel good. So it's like, I'm just trying to share things with you so that maybe it can help you. Getting your hair styled, and not taking too much risks if you've already got a hairstyle you like, but maybe getting it layered a little bit more. Or I went with bangs recently. I got my hair cut the other day. I got it dusted, my split ends, but it's like, just doing self-care. That's like one of the best ways to deal with dysphoria. And if you have horrible gender dysphoria, I've had 2 procedures on my face, and I'm going to be having FFS in August of this year. I'm going to be having rhinoplasty and brow shave. So I'm super excited for that. But FFS, facial feminization surgery, really helps with your ability to pass in life, and it definitely enhances you as a woman. It definitely feminizes you. I recommend FFS if you have that dysphoria, that you transition and you've waited years and years and you still get dysphoria. If you're in that position and your insurance covers it or you have the money, I would definitely, reach out to a doctor and see if that's an option you're really interested in or not. But I do that for myself. I do get facial fillers. I do Juvederm, so I have my cheeks are all do. This is all from Juvederm. I've did all this area, and I get it maintenance. I mean, I have to maintain it, but it helps round my face out. And I do a little bit right in my bottom lip right here, this area. So it's like just taking care of yourself basically. But that's pretty much it. If you have any comments or if you have any questions for me that I didn't, mention on this video, just go ahead and ask. I promise I'll respond. And if you would like to leave any comments or feedback, I really appreciate it. And the code word is yes. If you write the word yes in the comments, just the word yes, I will know you've watched this whole video. That would be pretty cool. Subscribe to my channel if you like this video, would like to see more, and look at my videos. I have over 100 videos, so I have a lot of content, and I'm here trying to help people and spread awareness about trans people and trying to make it more relatable for the everyday person as well as the trans person. Take care, and I'll see you next time. Bye.